Alright, so with sorority recruitment just a few weeks away, I figured it'd be the perfect time to make a sorority recruitment video. I know there's a lot of other sorority recruitment videos out there with like great tips, great advice, but they all say the same thing, like it may be different at your campus. So I figured, you know, why not make one about sorority life at Cal State Long Beach? So this video is going to be about sorority recruitment at Cal State Long Beach. I'm going to go over like little tips to expect, what to expect. Oh, if you haven't already, sign up for recruitment. I'll leave the link in the description box. If you have any more questions, be sure to check out Info Night. So yeah, good luck with recruitment. So day one of recruitment, it falls on a Saturday, and it is going to be on campus, and that's because at Cal State Long Beach we don't have a Greek row. So on that first day, you are going to meet with your recruitment guides, also known as your row gammas. Each group's going to have about 3 row gammas, and your group is going to consist of about 30 girls. So on that first day of recruitment, you're going to go into a lecture hall, and there's going to be girls on the stage just singing, you know, trying to welcome you into their sorority. After they sing, a girl's going to come up to you, and that is when recruitment starts. So you're going to talk to that girl. You're going to have probably about a 2-minute conversation, and then she'll leave, and a new girl will come and talk to you, and then eventually she'll leave, and a new girl will come and talk to you. And it's kind of like speed dating. That's one of the ways that I look at recruitment. So the conversations on day one are basically pretty general. You know, you're going to be asked your name, your major, where you're from, why'd you decide to come to Cal State Long Beach, why are you deciding to go through recruitment. Very like basic, trying to get to know you type questions. It's going to be a very casual conversation. So this first day, I believe everything happens in a span of about 20 minutes. It goes by really fast. Like the time is just going to go. So after all that, you're gonna leave and you're gonna check out the next sorority. And you're gonna do that 7 more times because there's 8 sororities on campus. And later on that night, you're going to have to do elimination process. So basically the way that works, it's going to be on a mutual basis. So you had those 8 sororities that you looked at, you're going to narrow it down to 5. So you're going to list your top 5 sororities, and the 8 sororities are going to list the names of the girls who they enjoyed and who they would like to come back. So if you have a sorority on your list and your name is on their list as well, you guys would be seeing each other tomorrow, and that's the way that works. So if you like the sorority but you're not on their list, you won't go back. Same thing, whereas if a sorority has you on their list but you don't have them on your list, you won't go back. So it's on mutual basis. You're only going to see someone that you actually want to see. So what to wear for day one? I would stick to the 3 C's: casual, comfortable, cute. Stick to those 3 C's and you'll be good. You will be walking a lot, so I definitely wouldn't recommend heels because you could be in one lecture hall on lower campus like BAC, and then you're walking upper campus at LA5, and then probably back down to the Kin building. Like, you don't know where you're going to be, but it is a lot of walking, so I definitely would recommend comfortable shoes. But I mean, if you're a heels person and you feel like you're going to be fine wearing heels, then hey, more power to you, wear those heels. Same thing with makeup. It's going to be hot. Like, you're going to be walking around, you're going to be sweaty, it's gonna be hot outside, let alone all the body heat inside those rooms. So I'm not gonna say wear a caked face, but I mean, if you like to beat your face and that's who you are, then I would definitely put your makeup on. But at the same time, if you're not a makeup person, don't feel like because you're going through recruitment you have to go to the mall and like Max Sephora, get your whole face done. If that's not who you are, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. If this is who you are, then do it. If it's not who you are, don't do it. Alright, so day 2 falls on a Sunday. It's going to be house tours and philanthropy day. So you will be able to check out each sorority that you're invited back to. You will be able to check out their house, and you're going to be able to learn more about their philanthropy. So day 2 is similar to day 1, where you're going to go into the house, they're going to sing to you, and then a girl's going to come up to you and start talking. It'll be the same where you'll start talking to this one girl, and then she'll leave, a new girl will come. It'll be that same process, but while this is going on, you won't just be sitting in a lecture hall. You're going to be going around the house, exploring. They're probably going to have activities to help you learn about their philanthropy. So each day progressively gets longer. So if day 1's about 20 minutes, I want to say day 2 is about 45 minutes. Don't quote me on that, but I do know that day 2 is longer than day 1. So these conversations are going to be longer than you had the previous day. So just tips, I would just try to make sure the conversation flows as much as possible. Vibe off of the person you're talking to. Try not to be awkward. So on day 2, you will be talking to girls that you didn't talk to on day 1. So I know it may be kind of weird to start a new conversation with someone and you want to do the whole intro, you know, name, major, where you from thing again. But honestly, they already know all that stuff because they talked to you on day 1 and they found that out. So don't get caught up in the basic questions again. They want to know, you know, like what are your interests, what are your hobbies, have you traveled, what do you like to do for fun? you want to tell them things that they haven't already heard before. Oh, and another thing, don't have the same conversation with every girl. Like, for instance, let's say you're talking about rollerblading. Don't talk about rollerblading with every girl there, because at this point, they already know that you like rollerblading. Things that you shouldn't talk about. So like profanity. They say to kind of just shy away from profanity just because you don't know if people are going to take it offensively. So just to kind of respect everyone, it's just best not to use profanity. Also talking about alcohol and partying. First and foremost, we are in college to get an education. Turn-ups do occasionally happen, but you don't necessarily have to talk about it during recruitment. The sorority is so big that you're going to find a handful of girls who do like to go out. And let's say I was interviewing for a job, I wouldn't tell my future employer like, you know, oh hey, I can knock back like 4 double shots of Hennessy and that's just to get me started, you know, like there's a time and a place. Maybe later on I'd let them know, but on the first day that's not something I would say. So I would definitely stay away from alcohol and partying topics. You will find girls who like to party, so you don't even have to ask. So I know you might be worried, like, I don't know what to say. I feel like they're telling me not to say this, not to say that. I just want to be myself. I don't want to pretend to be someone that I'm not. And I'm not telling you to pretend to be someone that you're not and to put on this facade of, you know, the perfect girl you think that they're looking for. No, I'm telling you to be yourself. So I'm not telling you to not be yourself, but be your best self, if that makes sense. Day 2, what to wear. When I think of day 2, I think brunch attire. I definitely see a lot of girls wearing sundresses. If you're not a dress person, don't wear a dress. So once again, you want to wear whatever you feel most comfortable. So once again, you're going to have to do an elimination process where you're taking those 5 sororities and you're narrowing it down to 2. Alright, so day 3 is preference day, also known as prep day. If you made it this far, there's a 90% chance that you're going to get a bid and a 50% chance that you're going to get a bid from the sorority you want. So, you know, be happy about that. But on prep, you'll hear graduating seniors or members that have been in the sorority for a long time, and they're going to talk to you about why they decided to go through recruitment and why they chose this sorority. This day is basically the day where they're trying to win you over. So it can get more personal because there's a lot of girls graduating and, you know, they're leaving the sorority. This is their last time that they're doing recruitment. So it can get emotional, so I would be prepared for that. So for preference day, remember on the previous 2 days you talked to about 3 or 4 girls. On this day you're only going to talk to 1 girl. So most likely it'll be a girl that you've talked to on either day 1 or day 2. And the reason for this is because they want you to be able to talk to 1 girl who you connected with or hopefully connected with, and they're in there to close the deal. So at this point, you already know that they want you. In these next 10 to 15 minutes, they're trying to figure out why they should pick you over all the other girls that are here. They just want to make sure that they're making the right decision because each sorority is only allowed to take in a certain amount of girls. So they want to know, what do you bring to the table? What sets you apart from everyone else that is here? But in reverse, you also want to make sure that you're making the right decision. So not what do you bring to the sorority, but what do you bring to me? At the end of the day, you're investing your time, your money, your energy into this. You want to make sure that you're in a sorority that you actually want to be in and you're doing something that you actually want to do. What to wear for prep night. Prep night definitely is more formal. You'll see the active members wearing either matching black or white dresses or something similar to that. So if you have a dress, I definitely pull it out for tonight. Those nice shoes, those nice heels. And when picking a dress, think classy, not sexy. So don't pull out that Vegas fuck 'em up dress. Like, that's not the time to wear that. You'll definitely have time to wear that dress at like a date party or something, but during prep night you can definitely keep it more classy. So the elimination process on prep night is very important, where you need to write your top choice. So whichever sorority you thought was number 1, you need to put as number 1. Whichever one you thought was number 2, you need to put at number 2. The order is very important for prep night because you are most likely going to get invited back to the house that you put number 1, because the way it works is each sorority is only allowed to take a certain amount of girls. So if both sororities want you back, like I said, obviously because you went to their pref, but if they're at that cutoff number where they can't take any more, they will not accept you. So most sororities take the girls who have them at number 1 on their bid list. So day 4 is finally here. Day 4 is bid day. So this is the day where you get to find out what sorority you are going to be in. So all the crying, all the walking, all the talking, all the stressing, like, you are going to see why it was all worth it today. So bid day is held on campus in the USU. All the girls going through recruitment are going to meet up. All your Rho Gammas are going to be there. And first you're going to have Rho Gamma reveal. Rho Gamma reveal is basically where the Rho Gammas reveal to you what sorority they are in. After they do Rho Gamma reveal, everyone's going to get a bid card. Everyone's going to open it at the same time. And at that point, everyone goes nuts. From an outsider's perspective, it is one of the most, I can't even describe it, but it is just amazing. You'll see a different range of emotions. You'll see girls happy, you know, they're going to be shouting, but then at the opposite end of the spectrum, you'll see those girls who open up their bid cards and realize they don't get into the house that they want. And so, you know, you'll see girls who are sad, and then you'll have those middle range people who are kind of just chilling. But all of this is going on at the same time, so take it all in and enjoy this moment. So after everyone opens their bid card, everyone like runs back to the sorority, and everyone's like hyped, like they're juiced, everyone's going crazy, you know, hugs, like, oh my gosh, welcome, music's playing, like it's just lit. Like then after that, like each sorority has like a separate location of where they have their bid day party. It's probably at their sorority house or it's at some other location, but when you go there, like be prepared for like more litness, because at Rho Gamma reveal, there's only about 10 to 15 girls who are there, and that's because everyone else is like at the house getting ready for you to come. So they're preparing. So when you get there, they're like, oh my gosh, they joined our sorority. You know, the girls don't know who accepted a bid until they see them at the party. So they have no idea who's gonna come. So when they see you, they're hyped. They're like, yes, the girl I talked to, the girl I fell in love with, like she chose this sorority, and it's just more hypeness. So be prepared for that. It might be a little overwhelming, but it's okay, you know, it's people celebrating the fact that you went through this whole weekend of chaos to find a place that you want to be. The way I like to think of it is like it's a big welcome home party, like just for you. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. So now that I've gone over all the days of recruitment, I'm just gonna hit on some like topics, things that I didn't talk about, some little tips that I haven't already said. So number one, I want to kill the idea that we haze. We do not haze, and I am not just saying that for this video. We do not tolerate hazing at Cal State Long Beach. It is not allowed at all. So if you're worried about hazing and what your new member process is going to be like, we do not haze. We do not haze. For the third time, we do not haze. Number two, during recruitment, it's going to be hot. Drink lots of water, lots and lots and lots of water. We do not want anyone passing out, anyone getting dehydrated. So please drink lots of water. I would definitely have like a little notepad or maybe a little note app in your phone to write down what you liked and didn't like about a sorority. So instead of trying to recall all the information at the end of the night when you have to make your list that you turn into your Rho Gamma, it's just easier to remember rumors. It happens. There's going to be people who talk about the sorority that you're in, or even before you decide which house you're going to join, there's just going to be rumors going along. So lastly, don't take getting a bid lightly. Make sure that you're making the right decision. Make sure that this is something that you want to do, because like I said before, this is something you're investing your time, your money, your energy into. I really think of being in a sorority like being in another 3-unit class. Like there's a lot of commitments that you're going to have to do. So just make sure that you're going to be somewhere where you're happy, and you know, so don't listen to your friends' ideas of where you should be. Make the decision for you. Don't make it for anyone else. Life is too short to be anything but happy, so make sure that sorority life is something that you want. Also, there is no sorority out there where 100% of the girls get along. It's just not possible. We're humans. We're all different. But I think the one cool thing about joining a sorority is that you will find people who have the same interests as you. You will find people who have been through the same life experiences as you. It's about finding those people who you're able to go to and who you're able to talk to. You may get along with everyone who's in the sorority, but it might not happen. But if you find that one sister, or you know how they say that one person who you connect with, like stay. If you find someone who makes this feel like home, I would stay. So I hope I've answered any questions that you have about Cal State Long Beach's recruitment. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. Please remember to sign up for recruitment. The link is in the description box. If the video was helpful, please pass it along to a friend, and good luck with recruitment. Go Beach!